the tit for tat this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Long overdue. Long overdue. I tell you, long overdue. Ladies and gentlemen, the housemates have finally clocked Menson's game. If you had watched K-Bobo's diary session last week, was it last week? Yeah, last week. He had complained to Big Brother that there were two housemates who were doing eye service. Yeah, two housemates who were faking the passion for doing chores around the house. That he has noticed, he has observed them, and he has noticed that they've been doing all these chores solely to gain immunity from the housemates by virtue of their votes for the most influential housemates of the week. Yes. Now, he has stated that he had mentioned Menson's name and Rue Boy's name. He said he noticed that the week that those two won immunity, they were going out of their way to do the most. They were going out of their way. Menson, for one, was literally cleaning the whole house, doing everything, doing the dishes, doing the most. But then sometimes he will complain about it. Now, after winning the most influential housemate of the week, he stopped doing whatever he was doing. And then later on, he picked on again. And then later, he stopped doing what he was doing. So, K-Bobo had already given Big Brother the breakdown. And also, of course, us the viewers that were watching his diary session on that day. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, listening to K-Bobo say all of that, I was just laughing because, see, it was long overdue. It was long overdue. Menson is that one housemate who will take his time to clean the kitchen, to do dishes and do whatever. But whilst he's doing it, he's nagging. He's complaining. Now, if he's not complaining to himself, he's complaining to anybody that cares to listen, either in the kitchen at that point in time or later on somewhere around the house. Now, this has been going on since week one. It's been going on. And guess what? There's some of the housemates that have actually noticed what he's doing, i.e. Jason J. But they've been acting like they don't know. You know why? Because they had other people that they were antagonizing in the house, i.e. Faith. Yeah. So you see that night when Faith and Jason J had a very lengthy conversation about the games people play on the show. And Jason J was giving him some sort of education about how far people will go to play the game, to be strategic, to buy longevity, and to invest in the emotional banks of the viewers. You see that night, Faith was really shocked. And then it was as though he had a eureka moment because everything Jason J was telling him suddenly made so much sense. And then he started recollecting the many conversations he and Menson has had, and Menson, the many times that Menson will complain that, oh, I did this and did that, they didn't even appreciate me. I did this, I did that. All the times that Menson will be complaining and complaining and complaining. And he also recalled the different conversations that he and Menson will have. And Menson will complain about, oh, these housemates, they don't like me. They don't want to hear my story. They don't want me to talk about my story. Because Menson is looking for audience. He needs an audience. He needs a situation where when he's having conversations with certain housemates, they will keep quiet and he will now begin to talk about how he has suffered, how his mother has suffered. All those things that he does in the diary room. That is the kind of audience he's been looking for. So Faith had a eureka moment and he was like, that's now everything makes sense. Because formerly he just felt like, he just wants to express himself. It's not a crime for people to want to express themselves, right? But then everything made so much sense. Even last night, some of the housemates, including Jason J, they were having this same conversation. And for them, they were prepared that this next few days, they will not give Menson the room to even do that nonsense pity card, that victim playing that he normally does. No, because they know that this week he's definitely going to be doing the most of it to canvass for votes. Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, they were not wrong because yesterday when Menson had his diary session, hey, I'm yet to do a diary session video, but I'm going to talk about his own. When he had his diary session yesterday, Lord have mercy. This guy was just deviating from all the questions Big Brother was asking, talking about his mother, how his mother has suffered, how he has suffered, like to the point that he even declared that he believes that he's the only one that needs the money more than anybody else. That doesn't buy anybody else, so he's the one that needs the money most. I say, this guy went off, to the point that Big Brother was kind of irritated that when his diary session was declared ended, he still sat there and was like, Big Brother, you know the drill. You know, there's this thing he does that when his Big Brother, when Big Brother tells him that his diary session has ended, he will still sit down there and tell Big Brother, Big Brother, is there any motivational word you can give me? You know, you are my big brother. And Big Brother will give him motivational quotes. So the last time he had his diary session, that was on Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah. Big Brother refused to play along. And then yesterday, because he was just being very annoying, Big Brother kept him quiet. Big Brother did not answer him. Big Brother just left him there. So he sat down there for close to 5 minutes. And by the time Big Brother was done ignoring him, he now left the diary room. And Big Brother, thank you. Big Brother, thank you. Like he was so embarrassed. So even Big Brother is tired. Now, what I'm saying is the housemates are tired because they've seen that this week alone, Menson has been doing the most about doing dishes and doing chores. And so, fast forward to this morning, Coin was in the kitchen. He just finished using a plate. He had not left the kitchen. He was still in the kitchen making breakfast. So, Menson came into the kitchen and already he was in his nagging mode. And then, in a very harsh tone, he had told Menson to carry his plate. You know, carry that your plate, like you should carry his plate, you should wash his plate. And that had really triggered both Menson and Faith that were in the kitchen at that point in time. Faith had just finished eating. So normally when Faith uses his plate, he will come and wash it. So Faith was in the kitchen. He was about to wash his own plate. So Faith was there and he overheard the way Menson had said it. And that had really ticked him off. And immediately they were going in on Menson like, you this guy, nobody sent you to wash plates. If you don't want to wash the plate, don't wash the plate. Leave the plate. Why are you complaining? And Menson was like, it's not like that. We are guys, as men, you should use your plate. They said, we understand. But nobody is telling you to wash everybody's plate. If you cannot wash everybody's plate, just leave it and walk away. Why are you creating resentment out of it? Because that was exactly what he was doing. Menson was going, was trying to defend himself while he was nagging. And at that point, see, Coin did something right. I'm going to talk about what he did. At that point, Faith did not let it slide. He continued to go in on Menson. In other words, trying to lay it to Menson that, dude, look, you're my friend, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You cannot be nagging and complain about washing plate all the time. You yourself said to me that washing plate and doing chores is therapeutic for you. So why is it that every time you are doing what you claim to be therapeutic, you are complaining, you are nagging, you are saying things, you're just complaining and complaining and complaining? Like, it doesn't really make sense. You then make it look like nobody else wants to do it, you alone wants to do it. That's messed up. It means you have an ulterior motive. It means your intentions are not pure. And guys, you see, Faith was even being nice, because what Faith was indirectly saying to him was, you're doing it as a strategy. You're trying to make it look to the viewers like you are the only clean person in the house. Like nobody else wants to clean anything. Nobody else wants to do anything. And Menson was kind of speechless, because for him, he did not expect that he was going to be clocked like that. I mean, it's the final week, right? All his pretentiousness has led him to the final week, right? Yeah. But he was kind of shocked that they would clock him that way. So Coin and Faith, they were going in on him, but then Coin and kept quiet. Faith left the kitchen. Immediately Faith left the kitchen, Menson went to Coin and was now explaining that, see, I'm your elder brother. I'm older than you. So when you use plates, Shebi, I've helped you to carry your plates before. And that's why I don't want to argue with Faith, because I don't understand why he's coming to come. So Faith overheard him where Faith was. And Faith came back and was like, what the fuck are you doing? If you have anything to say, why don't you say it to my face? Instead, you are keeping quiet. The moment I leave, you are saying things behind my back. No, if you want to say something, say it to my face. Because what you're doing is messed up. I'm going to tell you the truth. You're my friend. I'm going to tell you the truth. You cannot continue doing this thing you're doing. I.e., K-Bobo, when K-Bobo cooks, K-Bobo does not complain about cooking. He does the cooking. If there's any other thing he wants to complain about, he will complain. But about cooking, he does not complain about cooking, because he said he enjoys cooking. But you you say that doing chores is therapeutic for you. So why are you always making it a case? Why are you always nagging, creating resentment, and making it look like everybody is suffering you? You are the one that is always cleaning up for everybody in the house, you know? So guys, they were just going back and forth with each other. At some point, Menson was kind of quiet. And then I started telling Faith to stop talking. At that point as well, Coin went mute. And it made me suspicious that, what's going on here? You see, it was very weird to me because the other housemates, K-Bobo, Kola, they were quiet. Coin too, they were quiet. Yeah, because you see, these people, they are very funny. When they want to gang up on Faith, when they want to say the most vile things about Faith, they mobilize each other. They gang up together. Menson also gangs up against Faith. So this morning, guess what? They knew that Faith was saying the truth. They knew that Faith was saying the exact thing that they have all, talked about. And they had been planning on how to set Menson straight. But because it was Faith that was having that altercation with Menson, everybody backed out. Nobody wanted to involve themselves. Nobody wanted to say, oh, it's okay. So they left both of them, and Faith too did not get tired. Now, as they were having a go at each other, Menson was telling Faith, it's okay, it's okay. I've told you it's okay. Stop talking. So Faith got really upset, like, why are you telling me to stop talking? Okay, wait now. Faith went, carried a chair, put it on top of the kitchen counter, and sat on top of the kitchen counter and said, okay, I'm here. Let's go at it. Let's continue talking. And, oh God. Dede at this point had to tell Faith, please, come down from that counter, calm down. And that was when Faith, got off the counter. But he was really upset because also, I think he also realized that he had been used. Yeah, I think he also realized that he had been used because he had been giving this guy the audience. Menson had been using him to play his pity card. But then when it is time for the whole house to gang up on Faith, when it's time for the whole house to antagonize Faith, Menson will also join the bandwagon to tear him down. So Faith was not having it this morning. For him, no, you're not going to get away with this one. There is no room for you to play any pity card. Nobody's going to give you that audience. If you want to wash the plate, wash it. If you don't want to wash it, leave it. Nobody is begging you to do anything. Nobody is forcing you to do anything. If washing plates is therapeutic for you, if there are 100 plates in that kitchen, wash it quietly and leave. Not that you wash plates in the night and then in the morning you come and be complaining and dragging everybody in the house, creating resentment. And guys, see, that was exactly what Menson had been doing. To the point that Faith now left, went upstairs because Menson was telling him, get the fuck up, get the fuck up. So you to get the fuck up. Faith went upstairs. Menson too now told Coin that just one punch is going to send Faith to the hospital. He's going to deal with Faith. And you see, this is the problem I have with most of these housemates. Whenever they have issues with Faith, instead of them to use their mouth, the first thing that comes to their mind is they want to beat him up. They want to send him to the hospital. They want to break his bones. They want to do this. They want to do that. So Menson went upstairs and he literally went to Faith's face and he was warning Faith, like he was literally pointing at Faith like this. And Faith was like, I don't understand. You're telling me not to talk anymore. I don't understand. Are you going to zip my mouth? Are you going to stop me from talking? Like you don't want me to talk anymore? And Menson too was, stop talking. So Faith was like, no, what do you want to do? Like, I should not talk anymore. I'm actually expressing myself. I'm telling you the truth. You're telling me to shut up. And guys, you see, Menson, as I said, knew that he had been clocked. His game had been clocked. So he was telling Faith to stop talking. And Faith said, no, I'm not going to stop talking. I mean, what do you want to do? What exactly, you want to shut me up? I should stop talking? And Menson now started with his threats again. Oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. That was when Faith really, really lost it. And he told Menson, he said, listen, you people are always talking about, oh, street. You will get your hoodlums to come and beat me, to come and do me. He said, when we go outside, try it. The first thing that will happen to you is you will first of all receive multiple lawsuits. Aside the lawsuits, hand will go touch on her. Like, you will first of all be obtained first before you now begin to see the real fire. Like, Faith was really pissed because that's the thing. Every time there's a situation in the house involving Faith, all the housemates, every single one of them that has issues with him, it's always about we're going to beat you up. We'll break your head. I'll break your head. I'll break your neck. I'll break your hand. Like, so they always look at him like this tiny little thing that they can just beat and deal with and throw away and do. I Faith this time I said, no, just try it. When we go outside, try it. You want to beat me? You want to do what? First of all, multiple lawsuits. And then you and your hoodlums, all of you, the way they obtained all of you. Oh God, guys, it was insane. It was insane. It was a very, very heated altercation. But the most important thing out of it all is that, first of all, tit for tat served as breakfast. Because the same thing that just happened between Faith and Menson, the same energy with which Faith used to handle Menson's game this morning, that's the same thing that Menson has been doing to Faith. In fact, typical example was the week when Faith was head of house. And then, when was that? Was it last week, Thursday? The whole wager situation. Typical example. So this was Faith reciprocating the energy this morning. Boom. On a platter. Tit for tat. Tat served for tit. And then the second thing is, Menson's game has been clocked. If you enjoy doing something, do it without complaining. If you claim that doing dishes is therapeutic for you, do it without complaining. Why are you nagging? Why are you complaining? Why do you want the whole world to think that the house is using you as their slave, as their house help to clean the whole place? You go to the diary room, you claim that you enjoy what you're doing, but in the house, you're doing it and you're angry and you're cursing at people. And guys, this one I've seen with my own two eyes. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video. I would love to hear your thoughts about all I have shared. All right, so just go ahead, share your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day.